Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a quick leftover dinner night nacho dish. That was a mouthful. Speaking of a mouthful, so if you are looking for a way to use up your leftover tomatoes from a taco night you had a few days ago, or use up your leftover baked or fried chicken that you ate yesterday, and you're looking for a different way to eat it and you're kind of tired of eating the same thing over and over again, keep watching this video. You don't want to miss it. This is a super easy, super quick recipe. It will be sure to fill up your stomach. It's full of vegetables, and the best part about it is it eliminates food waste. Stick around, I'll see you in the video. So before you get started, this is what you need. You're going to need a baking tray with some foil. This just makes it a lot easier to clean up. You will thank me later, I promise. You're going to need some chicken. This is just some leftover chicken that I had from a couple days ago. I just went ahead and warmed it up and deboned it. I warmed it because it's easier to debone chicken when it's warm. You are going to need about 1.5 cups of shredded cheddar, 1 cup of milk. You're gonna need 2 tablespoons of flour. This is some leftover chopped tomatoes from a taco night that I had a couple nights ago. About 2 tablespoons of butter. If you want to add a little extra flavor, you can go ahead and add some chili pepper. And so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna go ahead and make a cheese sauce. So I'm gonna pause this and take the camera over to my stove. So first things first, before you even start, I just want to add that it's really important that you prepare all of your ingredients for the cheese sauce. That's the milk, the powder, and the butter and cheese before you even heat up your pan, because this is actually going to be a very, very quick process. So I have my pan heated. To it, I am going to add approximately 2 tablespoons of butter. To this, I am going to add 2 tablespoons of my all-purpose flour as soon as this butter is melted. You want to melt the butter, and then we're just gonna go ahead and kind of make a roux, so to speak. So we're just gonna cook the flour until the flour no longer has that flour taste to it. Probably takes about a minute. My stove is a little too hot, so I'm going to go ahead and lower that temperature. And like I said, we're going to add the 2 tablespoons of flour. This is actually already pre-measured. And then you want to stir. Like I said, it should take about a minute. You really want to see the flour kind of foam up and get a little bit of color to it. Once this is done, we're going to go ahead and lower the temperature, and we'll add some milk and simmer that. So the ingredients that I had for my nachos today were simply just tomatoes and chicken. That's literally all I had on hand in my house to use up. Yesterday I had some avocado and some corn, and so I was able to add that. So basically add whatever vegetables you want to your nachos, add whatever kind of meat you want. It's basically like whatever you want. Okay, so it should kind of look like this when you're all done making that roux with the flour. Now you want to lower the temperature because you don't want to overheat the milk because it might thicken a little too much. You're going to add the milk in, and you're just going to simmer it. Oops, made a little mess. It splashed some milk over there. Just until it gets a little simmer, and then we're gonna add the cheese to it without the heat. So you don't want any heat when you're putting the cheese in, because then it can get all like collagenated and like just gloppy, and we don't want that. That's like the worst. So this is about right. I can feel that, like, you know, my milk mister is sticking to my wooden spoon. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the heat. And then I'm going to add my cheese into this mix. I'm actually going to reserve a little bit of cheese to top off my nachos, just to hold that cheese together, to hold the chicken and the vegetables together onto my nachos. And so there you go. I'm just gonna mix it in. And you can actually make this as cheesy as you want. I'm just not gonna go overboard. I do love cheese, but okay. Just by looking at this, I'm thinking it may be a little bit on the thick side. Unfortunately, with nacho cheese, you cannot add milk to it to thin it out. Maybe the next time I make this recipe, I might use like 1 1/4 cup of milk. So that's the cheese sauce. It's still pretty good. It's pretty decent. This is not like, you know, the processed type of cheese. It's homemade. So that should do. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, and I'm going to take my camera over to that metal baking tray with the foil on it, and I will construct my nachos. I'll be right back. So here we are at the baking tray. I'm gonna go ahead and layer my nachos. So first things first, I am going to throw down some tortilla chips. Then I'm gonna spoon on some of that cheese that we just made right now. It's a little gloppy, but we're actually gonna put this in the oven for a brief minute just to like heat it up again, just like flash heat it, so it's like melty. The thing with this nacho cheese is it does, because it's not processed, it's not gonna stay liquid forever, but that's what we want. We don't want to eat processed food. Processed food is gross. And then I'm just gonna add some tomatoes to it. Just a little, because all I have is a little. I mean, you can make this with fresh products too. Like I said, we're just trying to use up our ingredients here in the house. Here is my chicken. And then with my clean hand, I'm going to go ahead and wash it down. I think that should be enough. I'm the only one who's going to eat this, so that's probably enough now. I don't want to be rolled out of my house after this, so. Alright, so there's that. Let's just top on the rest of the tomatoes. And then the rest of our chicken. So I actually forgot to add the chili pepper that I was talking about. I was gonna actually add that into the cheese sauce, but we forgot. So we're gonna go ahead and use my friend, the Herdez guacamole salsa. I am not sponsored. I just love this stuff. I buy mine at Ralph's. I'm pretty sure you can buy it on Amazon. They don't pay me, but seriously buy it. It's super good. They should pay me, hint, hint. But just go ahead and drizzle some of that on here. Just add a little bit of color. Plus, like I said, I don't have my guacamole today, so this is gonna help me out a little bit with that flavor. Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle it with that rest of that cheese that I had left over. Oh my god, I could totally eat it like this, but we're definitely gonna warm it up because I love melted cheese. And so now that we're done with this, it already looks beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and pop it in my oven just at like 200 degrees for a couple minutes until that cheese that's on top gets a little melty and the chicken warms up again and just everything is like super ooey gooey. I'll be right back and I will show you the finished product. Right, so it has been a quick minute and my nachos have come out of the oven. Guys, seriously, look at that. Look how good they look. They are warm. They are ooey and gooey. I just can't wait to eat this for my lunch. Okay, so that was my video on how to revamp your leftovers into a very interesting and very satisfying alternative meal. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please do me a great big favor and hit that red subscribe button down below. And if you try this recipe, please leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. I will see you in the next video. Bye.